Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the official collegiate side bracket here at Riptide 2023. It's myself, DRF with MizuNo, and the Blahaj IKEA Shark, I guess.
A staple at any Riptide convention. You can't go wrong with the Blahaj.
Yes. Well, let's go ahead and kind of just give a bit of a breakdown of, what exactly we're doing here, because if you joined on stream last time, you might have seen myself and MizuNo do a little bit of commentary, and we definitely shilled for the CCA.
Right, exactly. And we're going to do just that for the next 2 hours or so, give or
About.
take. Just about. So, folks, this is the first ever collegiate event at a LAN, which is incredible. We are featuring 5 wonderful teams from 4 different universities here, and they're going to be duking it out for the grand prize of the best school ever. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right?
Absolutely. So, as far as we are aware, this is the largest with these 5 teams here. I guess it is worth noting as well that at LTC back in May, we had about 7 teams, but, there's no side event. This is the very first.
True collegiate focus.
Yes, exactly. So they're going to be competing for school pride. We've heard that there's also a little bit more at stake as well, which we are going to be excited to share with you all in a little bit. But our first matchup is coming to you right now. We have Virginia Commonwealth University's Goomies taking on Purdue's Stash in a best-of-5 match here. Let's dive right in. Yes, this is also the very first time you're seeing Crableg played on LAN. So let's take a look, MizuNo, at what these teams have for us.
We're looking at Purdue in the bright purple here, running with a brush, a gun, 2 guns make that, and a slosher. And we also see the Goomies here in the bright yellow, rocking the ballpoint, and a dualies as well. So really interesting comps here. And we see Drumar on this crab, putting on a lot of pressure here onto that left side podium as 2 members go down on the side of Purdue University.
This is actually my first time seeing Crableg Rainmaker. Yeah. I put this in the map list without actually knowing what this looks like, just for my entertainment more so. I really find it interesting, the placement of these checkpoints. It's kind of like how it's the first, there's that one checkpoint on the far left and then the one that's like up on the grates. These are some really interesting checkpoints to get to and then have to navigate beyond that. It actually seems like quite the challenge.
Right, it looks like Goomies are opting to take that right path here, and they are just unable to break that checkpoint, stopped by those, by the crab tank and those missiles there. Great plays there from Purdue to prevent that checkpoint, as they are the ones to now take the Rainmaker and take back some paint on their side.
Excellent job there to get that stop. So Stash now getting their first possession of this Rainmaker, but they are going to lose a couple members in the process. I think one had jumped out there following the pick. And now they're kind of just stuck in no man's land, trying to make a play of this. They're trying to get some jumps in, and their teammates are trying to hold forward just to get a couple of picks to open things up. The cool is going to come out as well, and that's going to help them speed up this gameplay here just a little bit. But they're going to have to try to take out the CDS. They somehow dodge it. Nobody's going to get anything out of that one, actually. So for now, it just continues to be a bit of a stall fest here.
The Goomies are doing a great job enabling that stall fest, though, just preventing Purdue from being able to push past any further. Great job, Virginia Commonwealth, is stopping them right there on their tracks. They're not able to get any further. We see RNG on the dualies there, looking to get back some paint here and supporting their teammates. This is great work here from Virginia Commonwealth University, as they are now taking the Rainmaker and looking to make a push.
Yeah, no one's yet to clear a checkpoint here. Again, kind of going back to my first impression of this map is that those checkpoints are pretty challenging to get to. And that's going to be 3 down on the side of Goomies, make it a wipeout. And Stash now back in control of this Rainmaker, have a lot of open field to work with, and wow, perfect position for them to pick up that Rainmaker and get the easy checkpoint that gives them the lead, plus a couple of picks on the pop. And now they're going to have to find a way to try to get this Rainmaker and make the jump, which, again, I really find this to be an interesting aspect of the map. It's kind of like Hagglefish, except you're not going to get a giant point boost from making the jump.
Right, exactly. You got to weigh the pros and cons here. High risk, high reward, taking this left side path. It looks like JG5 is opting to back up here after seeing that Rainmaker pressure and these trips coming out from Cody over there. it looks like Virginia Commonwealth is looking to grab the Rainmaker and taking it out as best they can, although they have to watch out for JG5 here, putting on the pressure. They have to drop out instead, and Virginia Commonwealth is able to bring the Rainmaker back down safely. This is a really tough position for both teams, to be honest, because neither team has really made a strong, formidable push to hold on to.
No, not really, as this just continues to be a little bit of a bloodbath here in mid. And, you know, honestly, I'm so glad we picked this. There's still a minute and a half to play. You know, people were saying that we should never leave Snow and I alone with the map list. I think this is phenomenal.
Truly, this makes for high quality entertainment here, folks. You wouldn't miss out any other way. Drumar getting a nice pick here on those dualies, looking to get a second pick potentially, but opting to back out instead for safer positioning. And there's a bit of a pincer situation goes down as Drumar follows up with against Rare and is just unable to take the trade. Great play from Lovebiz here on that try. And with only a minute left, DRF, Virginia Commonwealth, they're trying to get a little pushy here, getting a little angsty.
They are. I mean, they're going to have one more opportunity at this. They do have 2 down right now, but that Slosher has a good amount of reach to work with. So it is going to kind of complicate their situation here because all they really need to do right now is stall this out, like a lot of this game really has been. And because they have that lead, they have that checkpoint, it's going to be very difficult for Goomies, especially when they lose 3 members there and the last one's coming out of spawn. So Stash is actually looking to be in a position to add to their lead.
I mean, that doesn't help. I mean, that certainly helps rather than, but for poor Goomies here, making the jump here, down to 24, they're going for the podium. Warmug making the moves, but it's stopped by Lovebiz on that try. What a clutch play to keep the hopes alive here. They're popping the soda, trying to get to the Rainmaker, and no, but they're grabbing it.
Ooh.
They got stopped just at the nick of time. Lovebiz is going insane right now.
Oh man, well, I mean, they're gonna have to take this one coast to coast, but it's not looking very doable at this stage. They're gonna have to grab this real quick. Did they see the timer? They don't see the timer!
Oh,
no! Oh, Goomies, just lacking a little bit of awareness there. They had to grab the Rainmaker, and that's just unfortunate.
Darn. Shucks. I want to see more gameplay.
You're just like, Purdue wins. That's all I need.
Oh, of course. I'm a huge Purdue bias, but also the Goomies are a great team in the CCA. DRF, I think we need to take some time to talk about these 2 teams here.
No, for sure. Both of these teams have been around the CCA for a little bit. Well, Stash in a slightly different way. Stash actually being 2 Purdue teams put together that are, you know, those players are here at Riptide. So Bash and Stew are those 2 teams. So Stash actually just makes a lot of sense.
Right, exactly. Purdue has those players come from a mix of Div, I believe Div 5, this past Div 4,
yes.
This past CCA league. And I believe the Goomies were sitting in Div 5.
There you go.
See, there we go. That's the swap there. So these are very competitive teams, right? In terms of divs and the CCA world, there's not too many comparable ways to do it. I think you can't just, you know, kind of apples to apples with it, like with Ludi, for example.
Exactly. Like you can try to make some comparisons, but at least historically, you know, there's not a direct one-to-one or anything like that. Every team's kind of different because some teams do play outside tournaments, outside leagues and stuff like that. So they have those results, but you know, others it's kind of hard to gauge. You know, there's sometimes when we go into a CCA league season and we're just like, what are your ranks?
Right, exactly.
So with the CCA, it's all over the place. Like the main thing is that we want these college students to be able to play, to represent the university, just, you know, get out there and make a little bit more of their college experience, because I know Splatoon ended up being a big part of yours and mine. Absolutely.
Couldn't say more about it. Game number 2 in a best of 5 set here. New map and not much changes in the weapons. I think JG5 switching to the Gal here, and I think all of Goomies have from Virginia Commonwealth have stuck to the same weapons pretty much.
Okay. Second admission here. I also have never seen Clam Blitz on Shipshape played before. I picked this one because, again, I was like, I'm curious how this is going to play out. So You know, I wanted the new maps on the LAN. Just, you know, these are the first teams to play these maps on LAN. You know, I thought it'd be fun, and we're gonna learn together.
Hey, I mean, college students are up for a challenge, aren't they? They're the ones leading the next generation. Anyways, we're seeing a really good fight out here as teams are kind of getting a sense of what's going on here. Stash here in the green from Purdue University, looking to take over this left side here with support from Cynthia, following up on that brush on the Zipcaster. Here comes Cynthia getting 2 picks off of that from Drew Mars. Trips there, and now they pop the basket open.
You know, this is actually kind of brutal, like, given how deep you have to go into your opponent's territory to get to that basket.
Agreed.
So, I mean, kudos already to, I believe that is Goomies that is on this first run. Oh, sorry, Stash getting the first score here, as we will hopefully get the colors adjusted here in a little bit. But gonna get the first points on the board. Goomies looking to respond now. 3.5 minutes to play. You know, Clam economy doesn't really seem to be in their favor quite yet. So they definitely have a lot of work to do.
Right, exactly. With 2 down, though, this is a great opportunity for Goomies in the pink here, looking to get some more ground back, making some work here. Loveless and Rare teaming up here to get some movement in. I like this double team here from Loveless again with RNG. This is a great take-back here, DRF, especially with this Inkjet combo.
Yeah, no, they're doing a great job of getting back control of the mid, but of course, as we say that, they're gonna lose 2 players. Drumo's gonna pop this crab tank. Rare is in a very vulnerable position. RNG jumping to them as well, but I think Drumo only really noticed that the one player that they were going for that entire time.
Right, exactly, and on another tough situation. That was a great crab on the side of Purdue because it served as a fantastic distraction, and it enables someone like JG5 to come in with the Kraken and just distract. But they didn't get much from it, only a handful of clams, and now Virginia Commonwealth from Goomies, they are storming back into mid with clams on hand, ready to be on the move.
Yeah, they finally, you know, with that delayed wipe, they should be able to give themselves a fair shot here. They've really struggled to get past mid so far in this game. You know, I would love to see them take advantage of a couple of these flank positions a little bit more, just like Stash has been doing all game. So let's see if this last 2 minutes, if anything could happen for these, for Goomies here, but no, it just seems like consistently, like, Stash is just hogging up this entire Clam economy. I mean, now they're actually pretty even here, but yeah, just clams galore to play with now.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's just an execution thing at the end of the day. I mean, there were specials galore there on the side of Goomies, and it was a great execution having those special follow-ups to push Purdue back, but I think they anticipated that and were prepared to kind of just play it by ear and adjust accordingly, and now all of a sudden, Goomies are down again.
Yeah, and RNG's going to be forced to jump out, so not a great situation for them here either. So now it stands that Stash is continuing to just be in an optimal position, not looking like they're going to fold anytime soon here, because if they can just play defensively in this last minute, they should be able to take a commanding 2-0 lead, especially as they continue to get some of these picks.
Right, exactly. And these picks are crucial here. Those 1 down, 2 down scenarios are, they stack up. They matter at the end of the day. So, I mean, the bigger priority here for the Goomies here in pink, they just need to prioritize staying alive and then coming together for these pushes.
Oh, and there comes a jump from Loveless, but no, it's going to get called out. And, oh, RNG gets one as well. There's a lot of power clams to work with for Goomies here, but it's they're once again just not able to convert on this. They are slowly running out of time as it's just not looking good for them, but they have the clams to work with. If they can get both these clams in, they win. But that's going to be the tricky part. This basket is so far away. They're going to have to get somebody past this defensive line that Stash has set up.
Right, exactly. And with the clock winding down, alarm bells ringing in their heads. They're slowly inching their way forward. Here comes Trips. Purdue Stash is backing up accordingly. They're trying to get some picks, and now they gotta move. They gotta go. The ball's carriers are too far back, and they're running out of time. And they're just unable to get there. And DRF, again, you harped it multiple times. This map is so big and so long. You can get lost in the sauce here.
You really can. There's just so many different paths to take, and I think that's why this has been so well received as a map so far. Obviously, we haven't really had much opportunity yet to see it in competitive play and whatnot, but I like that. I mean, I think it was a very interesting map mode to see play out there. I think Splat zones, from my experience, is so far the best mode for Shipshape.
Okay.
Like I said, just from my experience, but Clam was ain't bad. I think it presents. It's kind of like what Mincemeat wanted to be.
The mincemeat wannabe, for sure. Well, that is a 2-0 right now for Purdue. They're leading the set here. This is a best of 5 set here. So we're moving on to game number 3 here. Not too saucy. Well, it's Brinewater, but okay, it's not as saucy as some of the other ones. But we're moving on to zones, Brinewater here. And I think this is where teams should be a little bit more familiar with, more comfortable. A lot more practice, nothing too out of the ordinary, nothing too spicy.
Yeah, and I believe scoreboard does say 1-1 right now, but it should be 2-0 in favor of Stash. So we will get that adjusted here. So for those of you that are wondering, what is our format looking like? Well, it's a little bit complicated. So if you are interested in exactly the full bracket, go check out Start GG and look under Splatoon 3 Collegiate Crews. But it is a single elimination with consolation bracket. So all sets are best of 5. So it's first to 3 wins, but if you lose, you're out of contention for the championship itself.
Right.
But if you do lose, you drop down to a lower bracket where you will compete for 3rd place.
Exactly that. So trying to get these teams some more playtime however we can, considering the smaller size here. But that being said, game number 3 on the line for Virginia Commonwealth University. We see the comps coming out here, and we see Rare, instead of the ballpoint, switching over to the Inkblot, which is a great call here, in my humble opinion, with the rain and just the constant pressure. And not much changes here from Purdue on the side of blue.
Yeah, you know that Vapor behind that spec cam is very happy to see this Inkblot. The Inkblot does an excellent job of painting this zone. It can reach across that center block and basically force a neutral situation with just 2 sloshes.
Right, exactly. And this is a great start for both teams. Just a constant back and forth here and nothing fully solidified here. We see the Goomies here with the chums getting some pressure. And oh my gosh, this is a 3-down situation for Purdue with just JG5 holding up the front here. Seizing up to the zone here with the Kraken, but with not able to get a pick, they smartly retreat back. So that way they're not caught off guard by that conversion there.
And a nice pick there. So, realized very quickly that they just were not going to be able to make most of that Kraken. Went backed up and got that pick, which now allows Stash to get back into the zone. They don't get the flip, though, but with this trip strike, they should be able to, because this is such a volatile zone. And that's why I kind of like this map mode. It's just, it creates for such fun, chaotic gameplay. It does not take much to change that zone back in your favor.
Right, exactly. We see a lot of aggressive gameplay here from Drumar, but called out by the teammates and shut down. Rare is doing all that they can to get paint on the ground, but what a great pincer here from JG5 on that Kraken and Synth here on the brush, and they are all up in their base right now. And it's just RNG and Bluff is doing everything they can, but they don't see Drumar sharking right now. They don't see him. They're not paying attention. They're not painting behind them. Oh no, and here comes Drumar with multiple kills here. Getting 2 down and stalling any chance for the Goomies to get back at the zone.
Oh, and that was just a bloodbath there. Once again, this hot zone continue to go back and forth. Goomies finally get back control of it and are going to give themselves a shot to work through this penalty and try to minimize that lead. But again, the zone flips. I love Brinewater.
It's a saucy map, and with these chumps here, with the race and buff that they have, this puts on a lot of pressure here on the side of the Goomies. Oh no, but Synthwave calling out over there, Kato there, and it looks like they're about to stop. You see 4 people on 1 player right now. Purdue University is moving in like a unit at this time. My goodness.
They really are. That was excellent team play there. Synth is going to get one by just zipping right through. Rare. Wow. What a play there with the Zipcaster. Stash now commanding this zone. RNG trying to just shark around, is going to get called out there by Synth. And now this is spelling trouble for the Goomies as, oh my goodness,
Wow.
make it a triple for Drumar, who has been playing excellent all weekend and now is really getting to show his stuff in this collegiate bracket. 10 ticks remaining before Stash advances to the next round, and it looks like we will be getting a Purdue showdown in round 2.
Congratulations to Purdue University taking that first win in the best of 5 series here. But man, what a great show out from Virginia Commonwealth. They've been a great team in the past 2 seasons of the CCA League and frequent participants in our events. And seeing them here at this event and showing off against Purdue was simply fantastic to watch. I really loved Rare's gameplay on the ballpoint and Lumpus on the try. There was some great synergy there. And again, I'm seeing a lot of potential from them, hopefully to move up in the ranks here in the CCA.
No, definitely. I mean, and they're just the second team from Virginia Commonwealth University as well. So there is VCU Inkblot. VCU is kind of part of what we're referring to as the CCA arms race right now, because there's been a lot of people in the community that are, you know, the Splatoon community is young. There's a lot of people that are graduating high school, finding colleges now. There's even high schoolers that are looking for colleges that support Splatoon.
Exactly.
I mean, we've now heard that, you know, there's a couple of big players, you know, showing up at Penn State, Michigan State, Virginia Commonwealth, a lot of, you know, different players. I don't want to name names quite yet because I don't know if they're going to necessarily play for their team or what the story is with them. I don't want to accidentally commit them to anything, but I've heard a lot of big names circling, so it'll be very, very exciting when Season 4 kicks off in a little under a month.
Right, exactly. And I think the arms race is so interesting to talk about here at the CCA because we're able to constantly keep track of these teams and their history in the long run, which is incredible because we can track how teams and universities have progressed in the span of just, you know, the past couple of years alone. We've seen fantastic programs from staples like UCSD, UT Austin, Penn State has been very prevalent nowadays. Lots of Big Ten representation. We're also seeing from a lot of smaller schools now, like Virginia Commonwealth. I mean, we wouldn't know that.
They're not that small. VCU is a pretty sizable school.
Fair, but like, there's a lot of variety. Coastal Squid Surge, they're from, oh goodness.
Coastal Carolina University.
Coastal Carolina University.
Yeah, there's some that, this is how we learn about colleges too. Because like, shout out to Kutztown University. I didn't know who you were until you showed up. I didn't know that was a school. So shout out to you guys.
Stevens Technology.
Stevens Institute of Technology, the Farmingdale Rams, like from Long Island, New York. Like that's like, I think Farmingdale, I'm not thinking Long Island. Like, I don't know, it's fun to learn about all these different colleges that come through.
Yeah, and I think it'll be important here to kind of quickly shell out here the CCA itself. I think for folks like hearing all this and thinking, wow, this is so cool. Like, I'm a high schooler, I'm gonna be entering college here soon, or I'm in college right now, I wanna find people who love Splatoon. We recommend you check out the CCA. You can find us on Twitter and Discord.
Yes, on Twitter at CCA_Splatoon. On Twitch, I believe the same username, CCA_Splatoon. And then go on our Twitter, you could get to our Discord because we don't have the fancy vanity link. You know, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We're keeping it low key.
So no, but we've had such insane growth this past year. You know, one of our amazing staff members, Kira, who is possibly watching this right now, pointed out to us the other day that 1 year ago today, we had 500 members in our Discord.
Incredible.
We are approaching 1,300.
That's insane.
Yes.
That's insane.
That is insane.
And to think there are so many students in there who only have a couple people that they know at their universities. And it's just taking a moment to go in there, talk to some folks, and get your name out there. And you can find people at your university with a little bit of help and a little bit of guidance, just a little bit of steering in the right direction. And you could be like one of the, how many universities we've had in the past? 70 plus, 73, 74?
Last season it was 83 teams from 62 unique
62.
universities.
I'm thinking 70 for some
That's
reason.
my projection.
Oh,
so
that's
for
your
season
projection.
4, like my number is 105 teams from about 70 to 75 universities.
That's the numbers I keep confusing.
Yeah, so that was my projection just based off of math and whatever, because I don't know. We're a college league. We're nerds.
We're nerds. Well, here, speaking of math, why don't we talk a little bit about stats for a second and how that plays into things? I think most people are very familiar with the Ludi format and what Ludi is and what it represents. You can kind of take that and replicate that for the CCA League. That's what that essentially is, just on the scope of collegiate teams. Because, like I mentioned, we're able to keep historical records and track records of the teams because college students stay for multiple semesters, multiple years. Teams can stay relatively consistent from the same universities. We can keep track of how well they're performing by their stats.
Yes, absolutely. So this is kind of just a project that started in season 2. I mean, well, I guess it started even before that because I worked with Falco for his Friday Night Frenzy, and I was like, hey, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we did stats? So I kind of did a test run there, and then I was like, this would be so cool to do for the CCA because you know, teams have to kind of stay somewhat consistent. It would be easy to track across multiple seasons. So we did it in season 2 with just the Division 1 teams, and it was received very well. So we expanded it in season 3 to cover all 83 teams. And now the project has been taken over by Hoken from the Night Sharks in the University of Central Florida. And he has just run away with it. So now we are using like Power BI to be able to visualize stats. You can go on to Hoken's website if you want to find it in the CCA server. And you can go and look at any player from any season and find out their stats from that season. And that's so cool. Like, we don't have that in the Splatoon community, so I am so proud that we are able to, like, really bring that. You know, there's been a few other orgs that have started to bring up stats as well, but definitely not to the extent to which Hoken has really elevated us.
Agreed, and the quality and like a mass amount of information that is out there for collecting these stats can tell some really great stories when you integrate that with production. So hopefully this will continue to help set a standard for not just the collegiate scene, but just the general Splatoon scene going forward. And the previous Riptide, I remember they had a great display of stats for the top 4 last year, and that was so cool to see because it just represents like how do players perform like in the game by the numbers and what can you know, trend analysis and all that crap. Like at the end of the day, it's a great way to kind of visualize and understand what are the key performance indicators. I hate saying that, God. Using KPIs, key performance indicators, to understand how you can get better at the game. And I mean, honestly, it's just a cool thing in general. I'm sure there's a lot of, you know, college students there who are interested in engineering, stats, mathematics, STEM. I mean, most majors. And you'll find a lot of really cool data, just a crap ton of data. I think we need to talk for a second. How much data do you think we've collected? Like one point of data. We're
singular points of Hoken could probably bring that up for you at some point for it later. But like I know from season 3 we collected stats on over 1,600 individual games.
Yes,
so
that's
now,
a great way to. That's a perfect way to contextualize
So
it.
if someone wants to do the math in chat, take 1,600 games, multiply that by what stats we get. We get the KD. We get kills, assists,
Splats,
deaths, paint, specials.
I think that's most of them.
And for all 8 players per match, so that's 40 individual stats, times that by 1,600. And then on top of that, we're still getting scores from each individual game. We track the scores, we track how long each game lasts, and then from there we convert it into other things. But raw data points, you're looking at about, I would say, a dozen individual data points per game.
Exactly.
So
it's a
I don't
lot.
know, someone do the math and get back to us.
That'll be our homework assignment for this stream here, is to compute that math, rewind rewind now on the VOD, on the replay, calculate it, pull up an Excel sheet if you have to, send it over to us, we'll grade it, you'll get extra credit, it'll be great.
All right, I hear a lot of cheering going on over here. I need a score update. Okay, Kyo's gonna run over and get a score update for us, because on the other side, off stream right now, is Ohio State taking on Coastal Squid Surf, and this was a very highly anticipated match. I know that we're kind of debating streaming, but we wanted to make sure that we got every team on stream as best as possible. So, yeah, it sounds like this is possibly going to a game 5 is my guess. So hopefully someone's able to bring us back a score report for this current game over here.
Vapor did not pick up on the hint at all.
No, Vapor did not pick up on the hint. What Vapor, what's the score over here? Do you know? Oh, Coastal Squid Surf won. What
was the score? This is great.
Does anybody know the score?
Yes.
Yeah, what was the score?
The score, the number.
The numbers. We need the numbers. We spent a whole 5 minutes talking about data. We need data.
What was the score?
We're not taking stats for this, folks. You know, this is an exception.
I'm so tired.
So is everyone else. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day, but a good day.
One day we'll figure out what the score was over there.
We'll get word from some point. Someone official will actually give us a good score, and they'll tell us.
3-1? 3-1. Okay, so Okay, gotcha. So it's Coastal Squid Surf out of Coastal Carolina University winning that 3-1 over Ohio State. That's an upset.
Yes, it is, because in terms of divs and previous performance, Ohio State has been in Div 2 this past season.
Yes, they were Div 1 in Season 1. Oh, sorry, Season 2, sorry.
Season 2, because they didn't enter in until Season 2. And the Coastal Squid Surge, they've been here for 2 seasons as well, if I remember correctly. No,
Season 3 was their first season, and they were in Div 5. So if you're going based off of that, obviously, similar to Ludi divs get out of date. CCA divs also get out of date. We run a little bit more consistently, I think, so we could still use the divs.
Yeah.
But on paper, you know, Ohio State was favored to go into that one. So huge dub for Coastal Carolina.
Good program, good school.
Yeah. So I think they are very happy just based on the cheers that were going on in the background. I think they definitely surprised themselves a little bit. So they now advance to finals.
Yeah,
so
that's a consolation bracket for you. I mean,
yeah,
we're running with 5 teams here.
We're running fast here, so there's not much wiggle room at all. So Ohio State's going to go and contend for that 3rd place spot. So now, Coastal Squid Surf is going to be waiting for this Purdue matchup that is now going to take place off stream as well to figure out who they play in the finals. We're going to be jumping over to the consolation bracket where we will be bringing you the Goomies, who just lost to Stash in that 1st round matchup. They will be taking on Ohio State University now. So this one should be fun. You know, Ohio State definitely coming into this one as the favorite.
Agreed. But I mean, we got a pretty good showing here and understanding from the first match that we saw. Goomies, they can put up a heck of a fight at the end of the day. So I think in terms of like contesting who's going to win this match, I mean, I think time will tell. I know both of these teams are very active in our collegiate community. Lots of engagement, which is great. And from my understanding, a lot of these teams are starting to ramp up their practices, ramp up scrims, VOD reviews, however that they may, you know, practice to perform and improve their gameplay. This is a great way to kind of, you know, gauge how they're doing. This is a great way to do it before our seeding event coming up next weekend.
Yes, we have a seeding event coming up. Yes,
so smooth.
Great job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
But seriously, we do have a seeding event coming up next weekend. We are running a ladder for the very first time. So shout out to Toasty for converting us to ladder, because I know he's a big advocate for that. So we will be doing a ladder. I don't know if there's going to be a stream, to be honest, because who streams ladders? It's like, how do you stream a ladder? Like, you just need to like be constantly like watching people be like, oh my gosh, match started. So I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a stream, but you know, if things change, we will let you folks know. But that is next weekend. So if your team is interested in kind of getting a few rounds in against collegiate teams before Season 4 begins in October, this is your opportunity to do so. It is next Saturday on the 16th. I think we said 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Correct.
So be sure to check the CCA Discord for details on that to sign your team up. You must be a team composed of at least 4 squids from the same university.
Correct. At least 4. We can have 5. You
can
have 6,
have 5.
7, 8.
They all need to be from the same university, regardless of the number.
That's all that numbers. That's all that matters at the end of the day, as long as you're in the same university. It's like sports, right? Like you don't see like Ohio State University like trade players like from like what is it, University of Michigan? Isn't that like the big rival?
That's a big rivalry.
Oh, yeah, so you don't see like them like swapping players like, oh, you know,
There's
person.
the transfer portal. Like that's like a big thing in the NCAA, but like.
Okay, well, I mean like.
But like you're not, yeah, like no, like
you know
5
what
people
I
from your
mean.
university sign up, and then sign up for season 4 after, because registration should be opening soon. TM.
Soon TM. We're really bad TOs, aren't we?
I mean, we had to figure this out. We had to figure out the seeding event. We had this. September is a very busy month for Splatoon. In case you haven't realized, if you are just learning a little bit about Splatoon this weekend, September is going to be quite busy. I mean, we had a seeding event for Ludi last weekend. We have Riptide this weekend.
Flutie is coming up.
Flutie is next weekend. They announced that I think today actually. Or
it's on Sunday.
Yeah,
the 17th.
It's gonna be on Sunday. And then we have our own event as well, followed by Super Jump 3 the following weekend, which is a super major on IPL as well. Then the following weekend is when chaos ensues. That's when Ludi starts. That's when CCA starts.
That's when PSL starts.
That's when PSL I think is starting a little bit sooner than that. But Proton Splat League shot them out as well. The awesome group of people. So 3 different leagues going to be going on at the same time. SAC is starting. So, chaos. There's lots of Splatoon action to be found in general. And these collegiate teams are not going anywhere. They're going to be playing in the CCA. They might be playing in Ludi. They might be playing in PSL. So definitely continue to look out for them because they will be all over the place.
Exactly. And then not to mention all the one-off events. We got your low inks. We got your, oh gosh, like Squid Junctions. LSLs from the Ink Ups. You already know what I was. You saw me rattling through the list. So a lot of these teams are going to be active this semester, which is something to look forward to. But looking at this clock here, some folks are getting ready for game number 1 here. Again, best of 5 at the start of the consolation. We're in the consolation part of this bracket now. Heading into, is that Clam's Hagglefish? Okay. Yeah, that's not
you don't sound pleased.
Well, whenever I think Hagglefish zones, I think of well, I just said it. Whenever I think of Hagglefish, I think of zones.
That is fair. That is what is mostly played on. I think all modes are actually really solid on Hagglefish. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to play Splat zones. I don't want to play tower control. I want to play some Clam Blitz. Right. So again, this is what happens when Snow and I are left alone.
Exactly. Taking a quick look at these comps. We just saw the Goomies on stream earlier. They're running about some of the same stuff here. And welcome ONSU, Ohio State University, to the stream here in the orange. We're seeing a pretty cool comp here with Ballpoint, Tri, Dualies, and T-Tech. And already, there's a lot of stuff happening in mid here, DRF.
Oh, certainly. They are just starting to quickly engage here. It looks like Ohio State is approaching this one as the aggressors, just trying to reach out a little bit and get a couple of picks. Now it's going to be Goomies trying to return the favor and just not going to be able to do much yet. Ohio State in complete control of mid right now despite the number disadvantage.
Right, exactly. And what's really interesting is that, I mean, Clam economy here is going to be really important here, and that doesn't seem like a priority a lot for these teams right now. I'm not seeing the Clam counter on either side go up very much. I think they're just duking it out right now.
Yeah, honestly, they really are. It's like not too much objective-based play going on quite yet. I mean, Clam economy is just in shambles right now. With just 5 Clams on the side of Ohio State, finally going to build something up here. Goomies don't have anything in their pockets right now. Looking like the true poor college student right now.
Right. That was smooth. Anyways, here we see Ohio State, the Ohio State with an inkjet and a few more items, and they finally pop open the basket here, and a handful of Clams come flying in. And we see the Goomies doing what they can here to stop the push, stop the damage from bleeding over any further. And we finally see the clock winding down and the barrier back up for the Goomies. They're good to go, and as they're trying to clear out their plat.
Yeah, so first push all the way down to 68, so that's 1 plus 3 little clams. Not a bad push because this can be a very difficult map to get sustained pushes on. It takes so much just to get up that ramp, or you need to send someone on probably the longest flank in this game just to get to that basket, set up a jump or something. So you are going to see just a lot of very short pushes. Well, maybe not even a lot of pushes, but each push will probably be on the shorter end here.
Agreed. We see a lot of pressure here on Splat. Back-to-back inkjets coming out here as Ohio State is putting on some pressure on Virginia Commonwealth. Virginia Commonwealth is pretty backed up here as they're popping specials. Apply some pressure here, getting this Brella out however they can, popping the chumps, doing whatever they can to push that Brella out because Slime Java on that Brella is causing a lot of trouble for them. Finally clearing out mid and getting some good ground back.
Certainly, and I mean, look at this. Goomies with 15 clams in their pockets. Gonna be able to take back a little bit of mid here if they can just hold on. Gonna pass around the clam a little bit, pop out some specials as well. Try to clear out any of these members from Ohio State that are trying to flank around, and that's gonna be 3 down on the side of Ohio State. Big Gay trying to have to back up now, and there are 2 power clams for Goomies to work with. The chumps are gonna come in as well. This will be score for Goomies. The question is gonna be how much, but no! They missed it! They just fell short! Oh, disaster for the Goomies!
I was just about to say, that was such a great setup with the chumps and 8 chumps follow up on it. It was great. It had such good potential. I'm not sure what happened there.
It was Ohio State just came up big on the defensive end, managed to get 1 pick and snowballed that to a wipeout. Huge turnaround here for Ohio State because that would have been the lead, almost guaranteed if they got that first power clam in.
Right, exactly. Now Ohio State is putting on the pressure here. Complete control of mid, and they're slowly inching their way forward with that rainstorm to their plot. But they can't go much further because they go 2 down. A little too greedy there. I think they needed a little more support there, DRF.
Yeah, I think so as well. The Zuka is online for Ohio State now, and you know, so they're going to try to pop this one out. They are going to shoot 1, 2, and a third one not going to be able to hit anything either. So, but their teammates are going to come in and help clean this one up. And this possibly could be an Ohio State push. No, it's once again going to find themselves 2 down. So Hagglefish Market, a very difficult map to get pushes off on. We've only seen the 1 push out of Ohio State thus far. Nothing else after that from either of these teams, but both have gotten close. 15 seconds remain. The Goomies are going to go 2 down here. 10 seconds left. Couple of jumps coming in. Do the Goomies have a power clam? I don't see one in their possession. They need one if they want to get overtime at all. Trying to pass around clams, but no, they're going to go 3 down, and that's going to be game. Ohio State taking game 1.
Man, that is a tricky map, I tell you. I mean, both teams were just like approaching the basket each time, like stab, and they just cannot get anything going. Like, it's a tough one. That's almost like, oh, like clams, hagglefish, like that's tough. And
it is. It's a very tough map mode. And, you know, I guess, I don't know, I was told that this map mode was, you know, iffy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not as controversial as the previous picks.
No, yeah, it wasn't. No, definitely not. There's way worse that we could do. So, and these players know it. So we've subjected them to mincemeat clams, and we've had some glorious 8-minute games. So Kraken Mayor, who is behind the TO desk, knows very much about 8-minute clams games.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure our players love us for that, for sure. all in good love and good faith, of course. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yes.
But I think honestly, that match didn't show too much of either team.
It really didn't.
Which I think is a good thing because I think, again, there's a lot of potential for either team to do really well here.
Yeah, certainly. You know, I think that both teams, you know, they were just kind of they were just on the struggle bus. They really were. Like, they just could not get anything going. Ohio State just got the 1+3 in, and just nothing came about the rest of that game. It was kind of just trade for trade. Every time someone got close to the basket, it just fell apart before they could get Power Clam going.
It's giving mincemeat clams.
It is giving mincemeat clams.
Just
it really
bit.
is.
Just a little bit.
It always comes back to mincemeat clams. It really does here at the CCA.
It comes full circle at this point. Oh, good grief.
I think that just means we need more mincemeat clams.
Don't you dare say that here.
I'm just saying. So, anyways, but before we get stuck on that tangent once again, we're going to dive into game number 2. Actually going to give these teams something that they played this weekend, which is Splat Zones on Manta Maria. So now there should be no complaints here. I know people also don't like Splat Zones, but you're never going to satisfy everybody with a map list.
Right, exactly. You can win some, lose some. Either way, OSU and the really pretty pink and Virginia Commonwealth in that really pretty blue. Duking it out. This is where objective is going to be so key here because you have to be mitigating zones like a boss here.
Yeah, absolutely, as Goomies are going to be able to get some early control here, especially with that shot going down. There's no Suka to work with. Missiles are going to pop out, though, to scatter these Goomies players around, and I think they do find one. So now this is going to be ONSU taking control now and able to start working through that penalty, but oh, the Explo coming up big there. And now the lead going to be contested here, will go in favor of Ohio State. As this game continues to be back and forth early on, but 2 members down on the side of Goomies, make that a third, is really going to allow Ohio State to build a much bigger lead here. But oh, look at this, the T-Tech slipping through.
They let the T-Tech slip through. Great play from Kato to stall it just a bit. But they let the zones run away from them. I think they're kind of doing a flank situation here. But Slime Java there on that wiper, calling them out and shutting it down immediately.
Yeah, very, very quick work there, you know, just to call that one out. I think it was a great heads-up play there for the Goomies. It allowed their team a little bit of time to get back in, but they just weren't able to make a play to flip the zone back in their favor, and now they're looking at being 2 down yet again. CDS popping those chumps to try to get somewhere, but not going to be able to do so. Ohio State been playing with Frosty all weekend, so they've definitely been familiar with these chumps coming out. They just haven't been able to utilize them to quite what they had hoped for so far.
Right, exactly. And this is a worrisome situation for the Goomies as they're 3 down and the clock is slowly winding down in their favor. The zones are covered in pink, and it looks like Ohio State is going to take game numero 2.
Yes, so that is going to be 2-0 in favor of Ohio State. So this is part of a best-of-5 set, just as a reminder. So 1 point away from competing for that 3rd place match.
Good stuff. I mean, that was a great display there from Ohio State. They had clear and utter and complete and total control of almost every function of the map, besides Kato there from Virginia Commonwealth sneaking past onto that zone at one point. Otherwise, they had it on full lockdown, which was great execution. Yeah,
no, once they kind of cleaned up that opening, because the opening was a little bit messy there.
A little dicey.
Yeah, so, but, you know, credit to Goomies for kind of just creating a little bit of that chaos that Ohio State had to kind of figure out on the fly, really. So, managed to clean it up, though, and had a bit of a decisive knockout there to work with. So 2-0. Now we are moving on to game number 3, which will be another map mode that was actually played this weekend. Tower Control, Inkblot Art Academy, an absolute classic.
Yeah, I was just playing this like an hour ago, so I'm like, oh, perfect. Familiarity, praise be. Great stuff. This is where I think both teams can really thrive on. I'm particularly looking at on the side of the Goomies, Virginia Commonwealth. Rare on ballpoint can do some damage here if they pop Inkjet at some good opportunities. And Lovebiss on the try, being able to get into bats, that bat section on their opponent's side, I think that can, if they're able to do those 2 things, those are my key points to victory there.
Yeah, and if they do stick around with those super chumps like they have been so far, you know, popping super chumps onto Plat, onto bats is going to be huge, but they're going to need to be able to get control of mid before they can do any of that.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing that they've struggled with a little bit so far. Ohio State's been excellent at just maintaining that area of the map in each of these games. But let's jump on into this one as we see a bit of a shakeup in these compositions.
Well, never mind about my prediction there. Rare switching from ballpoint to, I don't even, Okay, with peace and love, I don't even know what that is.
The ballpoint Nouveau or what?
Oh, that is the ballpoint.
Yeah, that's the ballpoint Nouveau. That's the one we're back.
Okay,
so.
then we're back to that one. Got it. And I see a couple changes on the side of Ohio State, running the Blaster and the Nozzle Nose. I like those picks a lot, actually. Blaster here is kind of saucy.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's going to do wonders to work around those ledges, be able to get a lot of chip damage. You know, if they can just kind of get set up right underneath the plat of the Goomies, it's going to do some serious damage.
Right, exactly. Both teams are off to a good start so far. Nothing too intensive. RNG popping those chumps said earlier, getting your pick off of Ohio State. Ohio State's kind of looking to move around a lot. Here we go. This is actually what we're talking about. Actually, Virginia Commonwealth getting a good sense of control here of mid. I see a lot of yellow on the map, which is a good thing. Looking to get a couple picks here. Kato looking to follow up and getting two great picks. Way to go, Kato. Nice picks there, and they're slowly inching the tower forward.
Yeah, but Big Gay right around that left stack right now, constantly contesting that tower, not allowing it to move all that much. And now with 3 down on the side of Goomies, this should be an opportunity for Ohio State. They're going to try to force the delayed wipe before hopping on the tower, and this will be the lead in their favor. Not by much yet, as, RNG managed to jump in there, and now is playing from behind. They basically said, hey, we're just going to let you go, buddy. Like, you're behind us. You're not really contesting anything right now. RNG finally going to be able to get there and start to pressure this crab, but, hey, it's a crab take. You're not going to get away with much here, RNG.
Right, exactly. And they're still back there, and they finally go down. There was a lot of pressure that OSU was exerting here, and here comes the strikes. And that tower is a slippery slope. It moves like butter, and we're down back to a 3-0 situation. There's another kill. They are ledging right now, and there's a wipeout. This is tough to see on the side of the Goomies. They are trying so hard right now, and I get it. This is the tough stuff here. They're able to just barely hold them off, and a Splat Bomb is able to get someone off the tower.
Oh, that's huge. If they got 2, but they need to get on the tower now, and they're gonna find it. RNG going for the save, but it's not gonna be good. Ohio State is gonna sweep this set 3-0 and will advance to the 3rd place match.
Bravo, bravo, Ohio State. The
Ohio State. As you know, K-Bot was here, he would be in our ear right now, just being like, the Ohio State University. So
I just heard someone yell
yeah,
out.
that was Magic. So Magic now behind the spec cam, making sure that we give Ohio State the correct branding here.
The Ohio State. We want to make that so clear to you guys. This is so important.
The trademark Ohio State University.
We're going to keep poking at this poor team about this till the end of time.
I mean, come on.
It's great. No, I love it.
Yeah, there's always got to be college banter, like, especially when you have a trademark such as that.
Yeah. Ohio State, you're something else. Either way, congrats to Ohio State. Moving on to consolation bracket, 3rd place. Bravo,
yes.
Bravo.
So
Goomies, Soldiers, you guys are great out there.
Yes, much love to the Goomies for actually making it out here, first of all. When we were kind of trying to get this whole thing sort of situated, we were kind of like, hey, who's going to be possibly here and interested? And Goomies was like, wait, this is kind of cool idea. Like, yeah, like we're possibly going to be there. So, you know, shout out to them for making the journey over here. So very, very happy that they were able to do so. Got to see a couple of matches from them. So, you know, the whole point is that we wanted to take an opportunity to highlight college teams. So, you know, they're going to finish as our 5th place team. Ohio State waiting for the loser of this Purdue showdown that's happening to the right of us. It is Boilermaker Redux taking on Stash, the winner that competes for our championship against Coastal Squid Surf. The loser of that is going to be playing Ohio State for 3rd place.
Right, exactly, which makes, you know, again, kind of a saucy bracket style setup in comparison to what most folks are used to in the LAN. But I mean, dealing with 5 teams is a little tough, but I hope this was a good way to, again, to demonstrate who these teams are, introduce you to some really cool scenes. And hey, if you are going to you know, what, I can't get this, Coastal
Squid Surf from Coastal Carolina University.
So you got this down on lock. I don't yet. If you're going to that school, there is a whole team ready to talk to you.
Exactly. So much love to them. You know, I'm really excited though for this next matchup that's going to be coming up soon.
Yeah.
I think going into this, we weren't sure what was going to happen in that CSS ONSU matchup, as Magic is doing the best squid bagging of his life.
I'm going to strangle that man one of these days. I swear to God.
What? Do we have a guest? We have a guest. All right, we have a giant kraken to work with, and I'm gonna try to not get these wires. You know, there we go. So, yes, courtesy of Slim Java from Ohio State. So.
This is a truly candid moment, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, hey, that's the beauty of LAN. I mean, people can come up to us, they can join it on the shot if they really wanted to. We can't really stop them. So
we have no exertion of authority here.
No, not at all. So, but you know what? That's the beauty of LAN. It's fun. It's chaotic. We're living our best lives.
Yeah, I think we should talk about collegiate teams at LANs, because I think it's a truly unique experience to have a full team of 4 from the same university actually attend a LAN together.
Yes.
It's like a whole, like, it's a great bonding moment.
It really is.
I think, you know, you talk to UCSD folks, you know, and having that type of experience, I think, helps, you know, elevate the passion and love for not just the game, but for your teammates and your friends that you're with. And it's a truly valuable experience.
Oh, certainly. You know, and we've seen a number of collegiate teams at LANs now. I mean, Purdue was the first to, you know, get a LAN going. You guys had 3 teams in your very first go-around. I believe it was 2 Purdue teams and Michigan State, correct?
Correct. 2 Purdue teams and then 1 lovely Michigan State team coming all the way down to West Lafayette to play with us, which was truly incredible.
Yeah.
That was the first ever true collegiate, not LAN, but like the first collegiate invitational.
Yeah,
LAN? Yeah, that works.
LAN, yeah, because I mean, you guys were all in person.
Yeah,
so,
we were.
So, like, that's what I'm counting as. It's the first collegiate LAN. So, that was super cool. And then we've seen a couple of more regional things pop up. You know, I know that there was one in North Carolina that had a few different teams. I think the Goomies might have actually been there as well.
I think so.
So that's really cool. So this isn't even Goomies' first LAN.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen LTC earlier this year, like I mentioned. There was like 7 different teams there. There was 2 from UC San Diego, UT Dallas, UT Austin, Houston, and Ohio State was there as well.
Ohio State traveling,
yes.
man. That's good on them.
Yes, so that is super cool. So I mean, I really hope this is something we can kind of just continue to do. You know, it would be awesome just to slowly, you know, we go from 5 teams to 6. You know, it's a slow build because LANs are difficult. LANs are super difficult to get to. They're not easy by any means because you have to, you know, get the finances for it. You know, figure out how to travel if it's especially during the school year like it is for this one for semester schools. It's not an easy task whatsoever. But hey, we're just trying to expand as best as we can.
Right, exactly. And man, this is a great display of it.
Yes, it certainly is. As I think our other matchup did wrap up. I am seeing some disconnects. So I don't know if there is a score update. Snow, hi, score update. I can't hear you. What was the score over here? Yes. Okay, so Stash is going to be, okay, there we go. We got the teams already here for our championship match. So, as expected, Boilermaker Redux finding their way into finals. So, we will get an opportunity to see every single team that's here this weekend, collegiate-wise, on stream. So, Coastal Squid Surf Boilermaker Redux, this is your championship matchup. I am so excited to see this one. Boilermaker Redux coming into this, once again, looking like the favorites as they are carrying a very strong roster, especially capped by their alumni, Aster and Ali.
Right, exactly. And this is where I think we're going to see like some really great competition from both of these teams. I'm really excited to see Coastal Carolina bring the heat, though.
Yes.
I'm ready to see some mix-ups here because, I mean, these players have been playing all day. Honestly, I think this is going to be a battle of attrition. I'm going to put that out there because we've been going at it all day, right?
I don't even know what time it is anymore. I'm going to be completely honest. That's what it's. Okay, it's 10:30 here on the East Coast. So.
Did you just have an alarm for a stretch?
Yeah, no, I've been trying to, like, you know, make sure that I'm stretching more often.
That's
and stuff
cute.
like that. Yeah.
No, good for you.
Yeah. So, you know, just trying to stay more fit, especially because, like, I'm sitting in my chair like 9 to 5, like, so.
And then we come here to
anyways.
LAN. We come here to LAN as
to
well.
go sit more.
And we come here to sit more.
Exactly.
Well, granted, with the LAN experience, though, we are walking around a lot because the
True.
Kalahari is so ginormous. The footprint of this place is massive.
I mean, the convention center too. I mean, like, this hall in general is just massive. Like
it takes, if you want to walk from one end to the other, it takes like a solid 2 minutes. It feels,
Yes.
honestly, it feels like if you walk at like a decent pace, maybe a minute, but like if you're like taking it slow, you can get from one end to the other in like 2 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
I might be exaggerating
Yeah,
a little
a
bit because
little
I'm
bit,
tired, but like,
you know, but I mean, just from here to get to the actual hotel itself, that's a few minutes.
oh, that takes like 5 to 10.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
if your hotel room is on the far side of the hotel, yeah, that's like a 5 to 10 minute
no,
walk.
it's like a 10-minute walk. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like part of the way there, and it's like 5 full minutes, and I'm like
Yes.
hustling. Like my little legs are like moving. I am hustling over there.
Well, these teams are starting to get into our lobbies, though. So hopefully soon enough we'll get this championship going. We did talk a little bit about, you know, Coastal Squid Surf. I do also want to highlight for them, they were Div 5 as well
That's right.
last year, or last season, I should say. And they did pretty well for themselves. I believe they did make the playoffs. They came in second.
They came in second overall, Div 5.
Okay, cool. And I did get a chance to talk with Peachy a little bit this weekend. You know, they've been really hoping to make a big jump in divisions this upcoming season because they've been certainly putting in the work, and, you know, especially by taking this win over Ohio State, and depending on what they could do against Boilermaker Redux, they could make a case for themselves to, you know, Div 2, Div 1.
No, if they take a game here against Boilermaker Redux, like I'm gonna automatically be like up a div. I can, well, point
I was
being,
just saying,
this is
they're going up a div for sure.
like-
That's
like
without.
like that's a clear demonstration of execution. You clearly performed better than the previous, you know, the previous season. I think that makes a great case to elevate and to, you know, put that into your seeding information when signing up for the next season.
Oh, certainly. So I'm really excited to see, you know, how this one shakes out. Just because, you know, they have been putting in a lot of work. Boilermaker Redux is an interesting pickup, as we mentioned, because you do have Omazen and Rooster, who played for different Purdue teams.
Yeah.
So Rooster was on Bash, Omazen was on
PAL.
PAL.
They were Div
2 last season, and Bash was Div 4, and then now you have Aster and Ali, who have also, like, played on, you know, just together by being at Purdue, but never really on the same official team. So, but I mean, both Aster and Ali are phenomenal players. Ali known for her amazing Tetra gameplay. I mean, she's just awesome, and Aster is. Aster is Aster. Like, I would say he's like chaotic good, you know.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, chaotic good. You know,
I'd say
just
so.
be prepared.
We're gonna see some
That's
good
all
stuff.
I'm gonna say. I know Magic's gonna do a great job of showing us exactly what these individual players are best known for. So, as Magic gives me an interesting look over in the side. But let's get this one started. It is Shipshape Splat Zones. Let's kick this one off, MizuNo. What are we seeing from these compositions?
No surprises from Purdue. I've seen those Tetras, Crack on Roller, and a couple guns to support. CCS, Coastal Carolina here. They are running A pretty standard comp with a double slosh here and 2 guns. And this is an interesting start here. CSS, they are up 2-0 right here and taking a great start. Okay, CSS. Okay, Coastal Carolina, we see you.
And Ali diving into that zone, gonna get called out by 3 CSS players. Wait, this is not how this was supposed to start.
We see Coastal is tearing up a storm bit by bit. Hold on, let's keep this aerial view. Can we, look at all this orange right here. Okay, never mind, Magic. Forget him.
Magic can hardly hear us in the first place, but it's all good.
I can.
So finally, though, Aster with the Kraken gonna save the day here. We're able to get that pick on the splash. This should be a zone flip in favor of Boilermaker Redux, especially as that Trident does go down as well. But CSS with a huge start there. That is gonna do wonders for them. As now we do see Coco pop that Zuka, not gonna be able to find anything. Aster gonna get called out there, out of position as well with that crack on roller. We haven't been able to see what Aster could really do with that weapon quite yet, as CSS doing a great job neutralizing though and flipping it there to continue to enforce this penalty and maintain the lead.
Great call-outs here. My goodness, this Coastal Carolina team is so in sync, doing so incredibly well to call out the key players like Aster and Ali here. And here's a contention back for the zone. Both teams desperately fighting for it as the trips come out on the side of Purdue as they finally regain back that control. Coco here getting out those trips. Excuse me, not the trips, the strikes there, getting a great pick. They're coming back onto the zone here, and it's just Ali on those Tetras, fighting desperately, contesting the zone however way she can.
Yeah, but they did manage to exchange. It was a 3 down for 3 down. So the initial 3 down on the side of Boilermaker Redux allowed for Coastal Squid to get that zone. But it wasn't for long, as Boilermaker Redux now in the position for a much more sustained push. This trip strike is going to come in though and flip the zone again, as Coastal Squid are doing everything in their power to just continue holding on to the zone and lead as best as they can. Once again, 3 down, making the lane wipe on the side of Boilermaker Redux. Coastal Squid coming alive, my goodness!
Welcome, Coastal Carolina, making a splash here against the Boilermaker Redux. This is not what DRF and I were expecting at all. They are tearing up a storm here and have a great lockout situation going here. Oh, okay, barring Peachy's unfortunate chicken situation there. Point being, here comes Aster, here comes Ali, here comes Brewster. Here they come, stopping the zone and getting the score back on their side.
Oh, but that's going to be, Peachy's going to take someone down with them. So that's going to be perfect for Coastal Squid Surf. Even though they do lose control and they do lose the numbers advantage here, they're not in a bad position, as Magic there is also going to be taking down Rooster. Aster going to be trying to take on this Trinova, will win that 1v1. So Boilermaker Redux maintains control of this zone. Coastal Squid Surf, a minute and a half they will have to try to hold on to this zone, but this lead is quickly shrinking now. The T-Tech is down though, the machine going down on the side of Coastal Carolina, and they're quickly running out of time to neutralize this zone. Coco gonna go down as well, but the zone flips! A huge save there from Coastal Carolina.
Coco, it was those tri-strikes there. They came in clutch. Peachy here looking to get a kill, but always shut down immediately. This is a sticky situation for Coastal Carolina. They're looking to move back in. Aster popping that Kraken and almost then on the zone. Coastal Carolina is surging back onto the zone here, doing what they can. Coco takes a kill, but is shut down by Ali on the top right there. And the penalty is now over as Chai is popping those trips there, and they secured the zone just in time.
This is just going to be what Coastal Carolina has to do. They need to be able to just continue to flip this zone and draw this one out. Time is on their side, but it just feels like this timer is never ending for them. They now have to pull this off one more time. They don't have the trip strikes anywhere near ready, so they're gonna have to make a move before those trip strikes are ready to go. Actually, never mind, here they come. Gonna be popping them now, right in time yet again. They are gonna call out Ali here. Rooster goes down as well, a third going down. That's gonna be a wipe! My goodness! Coastal Carolina gonna be able to possibly take game 1 here if they can hold on for 5 more seconds. And this is unexpected, folks. Coastal Squid Surf takes game 1 in shocking fashion.
We got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. I just almost stood up there.
I'm surprised that you're still holding on to this giant Kraken.
Honestly, it's been like my lifeline during that.
You're just like slowly squeezing it.
Like it's my lifeline. Like with every passing second, I was like clutching it. Like it's like I was strangling it. Honestly. Give it up for Coastal Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness, that was one heck of a showing. I'm trying to keep it together.
Same.
I am so impressed right now.
I am very happy for them. I know that's only one game, but like trust me when we say that like coming into this, Boilermaker Redux definitely was like by far and away the favorite #1 seed. It's
all about the experience at the end of the day, right?
Exactly, because I mean the combined experience from those 4 players on Boilermaker Redux, it's
night and day.
Yeah, like I mean CSS has been around for not even a year at this point. I know Rooster's still fairly new as well though.
Agreed. That's fair.
But
Omaz and Aster,
Omaz and Aster Alley do have a lot of experience in between themselves. But again, it's a pickup. They haven't really had an opportunity to like quite play together. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now in the difference between these two teams. Okay. Is just CSS. They have had a semester plus now to get familiar with each other. They know each other. They have that synergy built up, the trust in each other to just, hey, we're gonna execute. So again, I think part of it as well, we could talk about Shipshape being a factor here. It is a newer map mode that some of these players I know literally coming into this were like, I have not played this one yet. So
I haven't.
Yeah. My first time playing it was because Krakenmayer decided to counterpick it in Speed Ladder, and he was like, trust me, this is a great map mode. You're gonna like it. I'm like, I've never played this before. He's like, it's fine. It's fine. You'll have fun with it. I'm like, if you say so, like.
I guess put your trust in Krakenmayer when in doubt.
Well, game 2, though, is going to be a different story. Flounder Heights, actually. Tower control. So, again, a bit of a spicy map mode pick. But I definitely like this one for Purdue because, especially with those beacons that hopefully, I really would like to see more beacons out of Aster. I think that's first priority. And I know that that he plays around beacons very well for tower control.
Yes, that is his specialty, I would say. That would be his numero uno thing. And then with hopefully support from the rest of his teammates, that could be enabled a lot further. We see a 1-down situation off to the start here. Only a couple of weapon changes, but I mean, this has been a bloodbath in mid. I mean, most players are down at this point. Like, good grief. It's just Astro.
Yeah, and it's Coastal Carolina that's going to be taking the early lead here. Going to work their way to a first check.
And there it is. There it is,
That's
folks.
the Astrum I know.
Using the beacon as a deployment tool. Depending where the tower path is, you can land yourself right by the tower if the beacon gets killed off. It's something.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's one of the he's one of the most unique players that I've ever seen. So Boilermaker Redux though will get the lead now, trying to clear this first checkpoint, will do so successfully, but lose a player in the process. Ali trying to take control of the street, challenging Coco on the side here, but going to force him all the way back up to their ramp. Ali realizing, hey, this might just be a little bit too far for me to go. No, never mind, going to double back over, take that fight. And now back in mid though, 4 players from CSS trying to collide. Now they dealt with Ali, able to take care of the others here. Ali going to jump in yet again. And now CSS, another wipeout. Wow.
I was going to say that double back. I thought Ali was going to come back and help pincer with the rest of the team, but she doubled back to help support them instead to, I guess, their detriment because they wiped. And there goes Coastal Carolina, ladies and gentlemen, almost getting 3 kills there. I couldn't tell who that was. That's Chai there. Chai there almost getting 3 kills there. And Coastal Carolina blazing through that checkpoint there, already making their way over to the second one. And Astro goes down. It's just Rooster and Ali coming back from spawn, coming back from behind them, able to get the kill off of Peachy there, getting some distractions, but goes down quickly, and they're back on the tower.
And they are going to be able to stop this one before that last checkpoint clears. So a little bit of relief for Boilermaker Redux, but the special pressure is still here, especially with those Zukas coming out. Not going to be able to claim anybody, though. And I think that was Ali going down yet again. So Aster also going to be going down, and this is Coastal Squid Surf continuing to hold on to this tower. They are playing, in my opinion, the best set I've ever seen out of them so far, and we're only a game and a half in.
And it's incredible. They're so in sync, and they move like a unit. They're shrugging things off like it's no big deal. I don't see them really collapsing to any intensive pressure whenever Purdue puts it on. This might be their next test, though, because Purdue has 3 specials online, ladies and gentlemen, and here they come. Astra moving in with those trips. Oh my God, how does this happen? 2 go down.
Honestly, it's just happening. Like, that's the only way to put it, is that it's happening, and it's real. So, CSS continues to be in control. They set the pace here. We are continuing to see those beacons come from Aster, but just not landing in the places that I think that they were hoping for. As Purdue 3 down again. That cool is gonna die.
Oh, I do that too, honestly, with Peace and Love. I just auto zone, auto tunnel, automatically just drop it down right on the tower path. Either way, that's not the point. Peachy has got a bubbler on the tower. That was almost on the tower trying to contest it, but no, cannot go any further. Astra making a desperate play to get a trade. Only is able to get a trade. And we got 2 people on tower looking to take it to the finish line.
That was a big bomb kill, though, but Peachy
is coming in
clutch. Finally going to be able to get shut down there, but it took 3 members from Purdue to shut that one down, and they got all the way to 8 points remaining. It is difficult to knock out here just because of how close that tower has to get to spawn. You could basically launch onto that tower, but 8 points many a times is a game-winning push if you can get there. So the question is, though, will Coastal Squid Surf be able to hold on to this? Because Boilermaker Redux has excellent killing power here, but they just haven't been able to ink this map, I think, the way that they've wanted to. So it's going to come down to these last 30 seconds, though. We're going to see one big push out of Purdue here. They are not going to go down easy. You can guarantee that, as we do see them lose 2 players. And there's a lot of shouting here. I think that's coming from Dio out of the University of Houston, so shout out to him there real quick. But 15 seconds to play, MizuNo, call us in on this one.
And here we go. Omazen putting some pressure on the tower here. Astrum on that crack on, fighting for the tower. This is his specialty. Here comes those beacons.
Oh,
Magic
look
is
at
sharking
Magic.
though. Look at Magic though, sharking. Astrum's able to get the kill, and he has the Kraken online and a beacon. Here they come.
Pop that. There it is.
And he's got to stay on that tower
No!
though. He didn't stay on the tower.
Wow. Coastal Squid Surf is 2-0. Coastal Squid Surf is 2-0 against Purdue.
This is, okay, I'm sorry. I hate to bring NCAA talk into this, but do you remember in the previous NCAA season, March Madness, when Purdue lost to that 16th seed?
I'm surprised you're bringing it up.
I kind of have to here. I can't ignore the parallels with Peace and Love. But I'm in shock. Wow. Coastal Carolina, Coastal Squid Surf, putting Purdue on the back foot, 2-0.
Yeah.
I mean, they're incredible.
Yeah, like I said, 2 games in. This is the best set I've seen out of Coastal Squid Surf in all of their CCA career.
Yeah.
Just, win or lose at this point.
I think they should be proud.
Yeah.
They should be really proud of the performance that they're putting on tonight.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is just incredible display here. I mean, I'm so speechless.
Same. I'm thoroughly impressed because, you're going up against some of the biggest, baddest people that exist in collegiate Splatoon. I mean, we obviously, Aster and Ali have since graduated, but, they've had their time in collegiate. Aster just has been a consistent staple. Ali, I think, was basically graduated almost by the time that the CCA was founded, so she didn't get much opportunity, but she continues to come back for any alumni open events.
Exactly.
But, and then Omazen and Rooster, are
leading the way for the new generation.
Exactly.
It's the big thing. So, I mean, props to both of these wonderful teams here. Heading into game number 3. Not much roster changes. Goodness, that is a lot of yelling. I don't know how their vocal cords are doing it. Either way, game 3. A lot on the line here for the Boilermakers. Here we go. Not too many weapon changes. We do see Ali switching to the Splat dualies instead of Tetris.
Yes,
I'll
yes, and it's mainly because of that crab.
Good
Because
point.
Tetris here don't really have that much of a good time. The Reef Slider's not going to really buy you much.
Right.
It's the crab. If you can get that on the spinner, that's going to be huge, especially on Rainmaker. It's going to open up so many avenues for them, and I love this change out of them.
Right, exactly. And here comes Rooster with that Rainmaker. Try is going to go for it. Oh, no, but we have a 3-down situation on the side of Coastal Squid Surf. It's just that try there, able to get the trade on the Rainmaker just to stall it out for their teammates to get back into the action. But I see a lot of purple on the map, 2 specials online on the side of Purdue, and they're just going to start swinging over to this right side here instead.
Oh man, Peachy went down to the unfortunate bomb there, but Purdue now going to bring this all the way up to the first checkpoint. Going to fall just a little bit short, and another wipeout! Coastal Squid Surf continues to go on a tear here and shocking the collegiate world so far.
Good grief, DRF. This is incredible. Here comes those soda, looking mighty refreshing here for Coastal Squid Surge as they're tossing paint down on the ground, looking to move in however they can. And this is looking like a 2-down situation for Purdue right now. Astra coming in clutch, so able to get 1 extra pick there. It's just magic here on the side of Coastal Squid Surf. Chilling in mid right now, waiting for their teammates, biding time. And there's just a lot of pressure on the map right now. Purdue is looking in a really awkward spot.
They are, but I think it's fine that this Rainmaker resets. It allows Purdue to kind of get themselves, back into position, get ready to take some of these fights, especially if they can hold on to this spinner, which it looks like they will, as Peachy and Magic now trying to make a move for the spinner yet again. They do get that T-Tech down. Aster going to go down as well. Crab Tank is the only thing standing in the way of Coastal Squid Surf right now, and that's on the right side, so they're going to very quickly bring this over to the left instead, and they should clear this checkpoint as a result.
Almost, just about there. Almost there, DRF. We see Purdue fighting here desperately to keep this alive. But wait, no, they actually surpassed it.
They did get the lead.
They
got a little bit closer to the pedestal, which I'm kind of surprised by. I thought that Purdue
I was
literally
gonna say, I got confused. Right, right.
I thought they basically got to the maximum there, but I guess not. So, Coastal Squid Surf with the lead. They do have 3 members down now, and now this is Purdue's opportunity. They do get Coco there, so that's a delayed wipe. Gonna pick up this Rainmaker. Gotta figure out who it's gonna be. It's Asterum, as Ali's gonna go ahead and pop this crab. It should be an open avenue for this first checkpoint. They will get the lead and the checkpoint. Purdue back in control.
This is looking really spicy for Purdue right now, and Astrom on the Kraken a little early, but just, I see what he's doing. He's trying to clear the way for the Rainmaker, able to use the shield, the protection there on the Kraken there. But 3 down, and they only go to 38 points. Still, that is more points than before. This is a good sign for Purdue. Coastal Squid Surge just looking to bring it back here and get rid of people in their plat.
My goodness, Peachy, just putting on a performance here. Taking down Ali there. This Rainmaker will reset Astrum. No.
I can feel for him right now. That was me all day, basically. Anyways, this is a great situation here. We see a lot of yellow on the map for Coastal Squid Surf. They got the Rainmaker and 1 down the side of Purdue. Magic here on that try, putting pressure on that spinner. And Rooster jumping back in to support their team for Purdue. And the Rainmaker is slowly itching their way forward as Coastal Carolina, the university, is looking to clear that check.
They should be able to get it here, but no, Astrum with a big save. I think there was a beacon behind that they managed to take down there. So 1 minute to play, still a checkpoint to clear for Coastal Squid Surf. And this bought enough time for Boilermaker Redux to get themselves back into the game here, back into position to try to defend this checkpoint. Astrum with another big save. They're making a double to cap this one off, and that's a wipeout. Boilermaker Redux in complete control of this game in the closing 30 seconds.
Astrom coming in. That was twice now that you said that he came in clutch and stopping that Rainmaker from proceeding. I mean, this is just incredible here. Astrom, I mean, there goes the peek in action. That was just redundant, Astrom.
Yeah, that was redundant. My bad.
My man, that was just redundant. Oh, here comes Coastal Switcher. You know what? They never moved the Rainmaker. Purdue never got the chance to move the Rainmaker away from their plat.
Oh, they're just going to try to hold it here because they don't have to, because Coastal Squid Surf was the last team to touch it.
That's
they're
true.
going to dive Rooster, though. They do get the pick and the shutdown. Boilermaker Redux going to tighten this one up 2-1 as they are now on a trip here to try to get the reverse sweep. So that's 1 step down, 2 to go for them. Coastal Squid Surf trying to clean this one up. They're going to have 2 more opportunities to do so.
I am like flabbergasted. What a game. Coastal, they had it. They had the setup, but it was just one, I hate to say this, spoiler maker.
Yeah.
Astor was a spoiler maker there and getting some clutch stops there. And with the support from Rooster and from Omazen there, keeping the paint up, like Coastal Carolina was just not able to bring that back in time. And then
Yes.
Specials at the ready to stop the push from going any further. And that was that.
Certainly, the support players there, I think is really what enabled Purdue. So big shout out there to Rooster and Omazen because they did an excellent job of just trying to make sure everything was painted for their teammates to come through, Ali and Astor, to get those clutch kills that, we anticipate from them.
Right, exactly. And God, the energy in here is insane. We see, like,
Yeah,
again, this is
honestly.
off screen, but shout outs to our spectators.
Yeah,
They're all clustered around here. Hey, spectators, bring up the hype.
Shout out to the spectators for bringing the hype. There we go.
There.
Game number 4 going underway now.
go.
We have Clam Blitz, Hagglefish Market yet again. This is a spicy map mode that we've got here. It was very slow last time.
Right.
Very low scoring game. Possibly going to see it a bit of the same here, but I think with the pace that these 2 teams have been playing, it's going to be a much higher
I was
scoring
going to
affair.
say, these teams are a lot more aggressive than our previous matchups here, and I anticipate this. We might see a lot more points on the board. This is not going to be a repeat of like a mincemeat kind of situation. Regardless, not too many changes here. I don't think any changes at all, actually. So these teams are sticking to what they know, what they like, what is in their gut feeling here. And here comes the specials, folks. Here they come.
Yeah, and that's already going to be 1 down. That's the T-Tech going down on the side of Boilermaker. Redux, the ends up as well. The 2 support players going down for Purdue. Astrum trying to make something of this here. Omazen jumping in as well. This is just back and forth, pick for pick at this stage. Neither team really getting control of mid nor the Clam economy. And we are 1 minute in. It's just stall fest.
Right, we see Astrum here skewering with that Kraken, getting a pick and on the ball there. Coastal Squid Scourge trying to fight them back and pushing him away. I mean, yeah, this is kind of a situation where they're kind of stalling, kind of playing tit for tat, trying to find a way in, and just neither team has found that clear opening.
No, so again, I guess this is going to end up, boiling back to that Clam Blitz Hagglefish we saw earlier, where it was just very slow. One score very well could do it in this game, as we do now see Purdue being a bit more aggressive here. Ali gonna have to bail out though. Gonna be jumping over to Astrum. A great jump there, but no, actually, and that's Astor that went there. Astor took a bullet for Ali, actually.
Taking it for the teammate, right? And someone went to go take a swim, I guess. Anyways, 3 down situation on the side of the Purdue Boilermakers. I mean, CSS right now, Coastal Squid Surf is moving their way in. Omazen, and it looks like, I can't read these names. Coco there taking the trade there, those X marks tripping me up. And we're back to a neutral again. I mean, we're just stuck.
We're stuck. It's as simple as that. So, when people kind of gave me a hard time for including this one.
Maybe they were right?
I won't admit it, but, I think there's some merit to the argument here. 2.5 minutes to play, no score on the board yet, as Omazen dives right into a bomb. So this, very well could go the distance, and by distance I mean 8 minutes.
Oh, please don't curse us like that. We're already running so behind. Either way, here comes Coastal Carolina trying to make their way in. Peachy leading the way, oh my God, that's a 3-down situation. And Rooster already weak there, down on the count. I mean, Purdue is trying to make their way back in. Here comes a ball in the making. They're just tossing clams at this point. Peachy needs to get it in. They can't find them. They just are unable to make it in. I see the TOs on the sideline also cringing along with us. And folks, we're back at square one.
Oh, I love this game. This is fantastic and everything I hoped for. So, minute and a half to go in this game. Clam economy in favor of Boilermaker Redux, but the numbers are in favor of Coastal Squid Surf as Ali is going to pop a very aggressive crab here. It's going to force all of Coastal Squid Surf to back up here. Beautiful placement there.
Great.
A bit of an irregular position, but Coastal Squid Surf had no way to deal with that crab, and now that allows Boilermaker Redux to just hold position for now. Even at a numbers disadvantage, they've been able to prevent Coastal Squid Surf from making any aggressive moves.
Oh, and there goes Ali on that left side here. I saw that on the map. They were sharking around, waiting for a good pick, and they were able to get it. This is stalling Coastal Carolina's chance of getting a push in. Ali finally goes down. 2 go down. Here comes the Booyah. Here comes the specials, and Coastal Carolina, they're making their way over, and there it is. There's the basket pop.
Oh, but it's a 1-and-1 here. That is it. It's a 1-and-1 situation. It is not going to take much for Boilermaker Redux to get the lead here in the closing 40 seconds. All it's going to take is a power clam and 2 little clams, or if they can get that second power clam, that would be huge as well. But they have 30 seconds plus overtime to do so. They have the pity clam at the ready. They're going to need to find somebody to get in to the basket. I would love to see an Astrum flank at this point, but I just don't know if it's quite in the cards yet. I mean, he has that Kraken as well. I would, like, they need to take advantage of that.
Right, I think they're just waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Here comes Ali with that crab tank. This might be their moment to strike. Here comes Astrum on the Kraken.
Here it is!
Oh, but the trips are stopping them. They're looking for a jump.
That's 3 down!
And that's
Astrum with 2!
And there's the clams!
And that's the double power clam! And Boilermaker Redux ties this setup at 2 games apiece. We are going to game 5 in the first ever Collegiate LAN side event grand finals. I'm sorry, there's a lot of words to include here.
I am like teetering on my seat here. I almost fell off.
It's holding on to that Kraken though. Holding on to the Kraken.
I love how it took the entire 5 minutes to get that situated, and the last possible minute, it's screaming Purdue. But wow, Coastal Carolina, they had it exactly perfect. They were playing, that's the thing, they were playing so perfect for the entire match, toe to toe, not preventing Purdue any leeway. And then I think it was finally like something clicked at Purdue, and they had the right, just the right positioning, right specials at the right time. You know, the crab tank, the soda, the Kraken, all coming together.
And I mean, that's, we called that out too. Like, Aster has that Kraken. It took 5 minutes for Aster to be able to set up that Kraken.
Okay, well, he is notoriously terrible at popping those Krakens. He will go 6-minute games with popping 0 Krakens. And that's intimate knowledge there, folks, that you can get from an experienced player right here who knows
an experienced teammate of Aster.
Yeah, the experienced teammate and player of Asterums. So that's why I'm saying I'm not surprised that took the entire 5 minutes to get all that together. It screams last minute, like homework assignment being turned in at 11:59 p.m. on turnitin.com.
Waiting for the loading bar, like you're sweating, like, please, this is due in 1 minute. Upload faster.
And it's something terrible college dorm Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So it's like you're just on the edge of your seat. Like, am I about to like get a 0 on this homework assignment and waste all that time procrastinating?
Exactly. I love Astra. He gives those vibes.
Yeah. I don't want to spill more intimate team knowledge, team player knowledge about homework assignments in Astrum. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, man. Well, this game 5, the final game here, Splat Zone's Manta. So they are playing on something that they played all weekend.
Yeah.
So this is no stranger. They can't complain about map lists here. And at the conclusion of this game,
there will be something special.
There's something special. So, you know, we do have a little bit more at stake than we first thought for this event. So so we are very, very excited to be able to present our winning team, and actually both teams with a little bit of something.
Right.
So both teams coming away as winners, but we have to decide the true winner of this first ever CCA LAN. Let's dive right into this one, MizuNo. What are we noticing?
Ballpoint from Astrum. That's the only thing we're gonna call out there, buddy. This is a cry for help. Anyways, we're gonna start off with Boilermaker Redux taking the first zone, but the zone management here is so key in this matchup because watching those 2 zones, you have to watch it like a babysitter. You're like a babysitter. Like, you have to take care of both of those zones. Oh,
but Aster getting a nice pick there. It's gonna be, I think that was Peachy though that did get the pick on Aster as Coastal Squid Surf with early control here. 75 points remaining. Doing a great job of holding the zone, working their way in the street, but not overextending like CSS, playing like veterans here. I'm very impressed with their play so far as they continue to hold on to this zone. It looks like someone's going to overextend here, though, as I say that, and that's going to put them in a vulnerable position as Ali pops this crab, should be able to get a pick here.
Nice
their teammate will
support.
clean it up, and the Tri-Strike going to come in as well. Neutral zones should start to flip in Purdue's favor.
Now if Magic can help it, getting one extra kill here. Almost looking to grab a splat bomb. Gets 2 kills! Almost lucky duck right there. I saw that. I foresaw it. I swear to God.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, that's a good bomb placement.
That was a great
I wanted to
bomb
wait to
placement.
see that kill. But that's going to be huge for Boilermaker Redux here as they continue to tighten this lead. Coastal Squid Surf does have that 2 at the ready. They do get Aster. They do get Omazen. That's 2 down. This is going to be the Trip Strike coming in to flip this zone. They will get it. Slap on that 24-point penalty to Boilermaker Redux. And now 3 minutes to play. Ali, Rooster, all the way back in the street. Going to pop that cooler as well to give themselves a bit of an opportunity here. Should they go down, they should get back in quickly. And they're going to continue to contest these zones. Not going to be able to neutralize it. Do so here now. And this will be going back and forth yet again. But Coastal Squid Surf in control of mid enough right now that this is just going to continue to go their way.
Great play from Master calling out Coastal Squid Surge there, and the zones are they're looking to flip, and they finally do in Boilermaker's favor here. Ali and Rooster looking to babysit this zone for a brief moment as they look to reposition and secure the zone. And I mean, Coastal Squid Surge, they're doing fine just now, but with the penalty clock now finally removed on Purdue, they're looking to get back in quickly. Here comes all the specials.
Yep, all the specials coming in. It's enough to neutralize. They need to get Aster here, which they do. They go 1 for 1, though. Find a second player on either side. The zone flips yet again. Ali playing from behind now. Gonna call out Peachy here, but no. Ali's gonna back up in the street. I think they were in a great position there to take advantage of something, but that just was not gonna work out there. I think might have gotten another pick there in street possibly. Zone's going to neutralize yet again as Coastal Squid Surf maintains control. Now Sai going back in favor of Boilermaker special. Ali with a huge double here, and that's a 3 down. Making a delayed wipe on the side of Coastal Squid Surf. So Boilermaker Redux is going to get out of the penalty and is now searching for the lead.
That great plays and positioning from Ali there. That's the patience that you need, that experienced players have. Here comes Coastal Carolina with the specials. They're looking to double team Ali, and they get rid of her. That is great news for Coastal Carolina here as they look to take back the zone. And the tri-strikes from Coco. Coco's been on a rampage here, and they're able to get the zone. They got the zone back. I don't believe this.
This is going down to the wire, folks. It's absolute madness here as Boilermaker Redux comes up with 2 big picks. Astrum coming out with the Inkjet now. Gonna be able to find 2. Trying to find another. Not gonna be able to find any, but their teammates will. That's 2 down on the side of Coastal Squid Surf. 20 points on this penalty, plus 6 more will give them the lead. And 1 minute to play. Coastal Squid Surf is quickly trying to find a way to neutralize these zones. They're going to build up the Splat bomb, throw it to the leftmost zone to try to neutralize that, and they're going to hold on to this. They're going to stall it out. Boilermaker Redux trying their best to hold this up. They got the triple! My goodness! The Boilermaker Redux is running away with this in the closing 30 seconds.
Oh my God, this is the last chance for the Coastal Carolina University to pull it out. They're able to get a kill, I think. That's 1 down. The zones are being flipped. Magic goes down. And the zone is just being contested right now. They need paint down.
Ali from behind!
And there goes Ali from behind. And here comes the Booyah. Here comes the Trips. Here comes all the specials. It's able to hold off. It's able to hold off. Oh my God, but there's only 1 person alive. And that's the set!
Boilermaker Redux is your first CCA LAN champions. Wow, what a thrilling set here. Winning this one 3-2. Coastal Squid Surf had one of the best runs I have ever seen against these top dogs. Absolutely amazing job by them, coming up a little bit short, getting reverse swept here in grand finals, but they need to be so proud of themselves. As you can hear the crowd celebrating in the background. What a hard-fought battle.
I am stunned. What a demonstration Coastal Carolina. Honestly, I hate to say this, but the bigger winners here are Coastal Carolina.
I mean, honestly, like, Purdue won the tournament here. Coastal Carolina won our hearts.
Agreed. And honestly, I hate to say this early, I'm a little premature, but as head TOs, they're looking. That's a viable result.
That is a result. I mean, obviously you lost the set, but that is a result. Like I said, these are some of the biggest, baddest collegiate players out there.
Yeah.
Like, that is huge that you took them all the way to game 5 to 30 seconds remaining. That is phenomenal. So, Coastal Squid Surf, I think, has a lot to look forward to.
Agreed.
You know, they came up a little bit short here, but again, they're going to be playing for more trophies in the future, I think.
Oh, yeah, you could definitely say that for sure. I mean, what a set. Both of these teams, I mean, I'm speechless. Those were hard-fought games. You can tell. I mean, from the brief spec cams and from whatever calls that we're hearing from behind us, they are fighting for these matches. And again, like, this is where the true camaraderie of Collegiate comes into play, because you know these players so much more intimately. You see them at school. You get lunch with them. You get to practice together. You're doing events together, club, and it's that just close bond and commitment. It's like nothing else. And these teams should feel, both of these teams should feel like on top of the world right now.
They really should. I mean, you definitely could see in the mannerisms afterwards that Coastal Carolina, that was a rough loss to take. I mean, you had them up 2-0. You had multiple games there where you had leads going in late. And it's, I mean, like we said, Boilermaker Redux is just that experienced. Obviously, you know, like we said, it's a pickup, so not necessarily together, but individually, you know, that's the performance that we sort of expected out of them. And I mean, Coastal Squid Surf gave them a run for their money.
They did. Like, they did not make that an easy climb up to the top. It was a treacherous storm.
Yes.
They had to fight, you know, sea monsters and creatures to get there and everything. And all right.
So
we got notes. We got notes.
Yes. Okay, so I think we're trying to get set up here. I don't know what. I guess we're slowly getting things sorted out here as the TOs start to move people around and whatnot. But I am so happy about this.
Yeah.
Like, so for folks at home, as we kind of alluded to earlier, you know, we initially were like, hey, this will be a good, for fun, like, you know, proof of concept of like what a collegiate LAN could look like. You know, shout out to Aaron and everyone at Riptide for allowing the CCA an opportunity to partner and make this happen. But we just found this out a couple hours ago.
Literally a couple hours ago.
That there was more to play for. We do have a medal and trophy presentation that we are going to be doing here in just a minute to celebrate our top 2 teams. So we are slowly getting things passed around and whatnot. So I am so excited for this, because this was not at all like
in the cards.
In the cards, this was not in any discussions. Like this kind of was just a fun surprise for us as we sort of got here to start running this a couple hours ago.
Right, exactly. Literally, my face, like I was like emotional, teary, because I was like, man, this is gonna be so cool to show. And I think it's just a great demonstration of how much the scene has grown and what potential there is for this scene. There's so much to come, and we're only just getting started, I think. Honestly, this is where we're gearing up.
All right, so we are going to start with second place, it looks like. So whenever the team decides to get out of here, or get around, because they're playing literally behind us.
Yeah.
There's this wall banner, and then there's a table behind us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and scoot up here. So I don't know if are we supposed to stand? Are we gonna? So
this is so impromptu. I love it.
What's that? Move the backdrop. Okay. All right, so it looks like we're gonna move the backdrop a little bit. So
just inch it back.
Yes. I think we're kind of. Are we like? should we take off the headsets? Like, we're trying to figure out exactly what to do here. Sorry, this is kind of on the fly, but we're making this happen.
There we go. Thanks,
There
folks.
we go. So,
All right, Coastal Carolina, line up in the back.
all right.
Round of applause.
See, are we gonna? I guess. Yeah. Let's. Sure. So. Oh, they do have 5, huh? All right. Here you go. So. Oh.
This is terrible.
Yeah, all right, all good. So, Coastal Squid Surf, congratulations. Second place is huge, first and foremost. So, great job taking Boilermaker Redux to 3-2. I mean, MizuNo and I said it a couple times on the mic. Those are some of the biggest, baddest people in all of Collegiate. So, the fact that you guys took them that far, that is amazing. You guys should be super, super proud of yourselves. So, congratulations. Frosty, over here on the side, go ahead and hand out the medals to our players here.
Give it up for Coastal Squid Surf.
Give it up for Coastal Squid Surf.
Round of applause. Again, a great demonstration. We're so excited to see the many great things from this school and from this program.
Yes.
So thank you all for coming all the way here from so far away. I mean, my goodness.
How does Div 1 sound for next year? Ooh.
Fantastic. We want to kick ass.
Oh,
Let's go.
Let's
all
go.
right.
That's the attitude.
No promises, but you made a great case. You made a very good case today.
So, one question. Entrance exam. How is that looking? Wow.
I mean, it's a ladder, so like, is it really? I don't know. We could debate ladders all day long, but we look forward to seeing more of you guys this semester. Congrats once again.
Round of applause. All right, exit stage right, please. Thank you, folks. And that,
Oh.
I lost my mic again.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
All the cords are getting tangled.
Yeah. Okay, and now we can get in our first ever collegiate side bracket champions, Boilermaker Redux out of Purdue University, Rooster, Omazen, Astrum, and Ali. So first of all, let's go ahead and hand out the medals. So Frosty, once again, thank you.
This is our first place team, and
Yes.
the Purdue, I hate to say it, but man, Purdue is on top of the world right now.
Yes.
Continuing the legacy that it's had for quite some time in the collegiate scene. So huge props for representing Purdue and the rest of the collegiate scene. And we have one final thing.
Yes. Should I take it out of the box? What are we going to do? All right. So, like we said, there is more at stake to play for. This was new to us about a couple hours ago. But congratulations. Here is the trophy for you guys.
Can I present this to them?
Yes. Purdue presented to Purdue. Someone take it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna step out here for a second here to get some shots and whatnot.
All right. Thank you, Purdue. Exit stage right.
Now you guys have to figure out what to do with that. So. Oh God, please don't.
What did he say?
They're gonna cut into 4 pieces.
4 pieces? No. It's giving one piece.
I mean,
It's a
next to
one
all
piece,
those
okay.
other Purdue sports trophies, there's gotta be room, right?
Right, of
So,
course.
you know, they'll have to figure it out. They'll get in contact with somebody. Thank you for moving the wall back as well. So, we gotta start wrapping this one up though. So, final thoughts, MizuNo.
This was a huge turnout, wonderful success. I cannot thank the 5 wonderful teams that traveled all the way to Sandusky, Ohio to compete in this event and to represent the collegiate scene. This is unheard of. This is a precedent here. All these teams coming out and playing and participating, it warms my heart and soul. So I have to say, first and foremost, thank you to these wonderful teams. Second thanks to the wonderful TOs and
Yes.
staff here at Riptide. Thank you, Magic, Raze, Kraken Mare, Doughboy.
Yes.
All the folks. They have been a huge help in putting this together and to surprising us with those medals and that plaque for our first place team. DRF, what are your final thoughts?
This was phenomenal. You know, for something that we're coming into this as like kind of like a proof of concept type thing. It's a concept. I think we proved it. So I am beyond elated at how this turned out. This was better than I could have even imagined. So just huge shout outs again to everybody that was involved, from the players to the TOs to the production that stayed over here extra time to make this happen.
Thank you.
You know, to all of our CCA staff as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for the rest of the community that continues to support us day in and day out, we appreciate you. So with that said, MizuNo, go ahead and plug yourself real quick before we sign off.
You can find me on Twitter at Twitch, MiZU_in0. DRF, where could the good folks find you?
Well, you can go and find me on Twitter at DRF_Splatoon and on Twitch at TritonDRF. One more shout out to ProChar as well for letting us use this channel.
And CCA.
And yeah, CCA. So, you know, if you want to get more involved in the collegiate scene, at CCA_Splatoon on Twitter and Twitch. Our next season is coming up at the end of the month. So be sure to join the Discord server if you would like to learn more.
All right, that being said, Riptide Day 2 is closed and in the books. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow bright and early for Day 3 of Riptide.
See you.